Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Altcoin Mentors YouTube channel. My name is Peter, and today I'm going to be doing the technical analysis for the top 5 cryptos that I actively track and trade. We're going to be doing the short term and the long term. Our main goal here at Altcoin Mentors is to help as many people as possible achieve their goal of financial freedom. We believe trading cryptocurrencies is an opportunity of a lifetime. By the end of this video, you should have a better understanding of where the top 5 cryptos are going in the near-term future. If you like our videos, please follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. We also have a model portfolio so you can view our positions and progress. The link is down below. If you'd like to be notified of our latest videos, please hit the bell button. All right, so let's begin. So we start with Bitcoin on a weekly basis. So as I talked about in our last video, the long term, the weeklies, looking a little bit weaker, but it has turned around the last few days. So here I talked about the up signal on the weekly bars. That's the same thing that happened over here, but here on the downside, that hasn't happened in a long time, and we have to go way back to see that. I always have to show you the other side of it. So that was over here. Right, so we still don't know if this is the scenario that's going to happen or if it's going to be the big curl up scenario that's going to happen. So we'll have to wait and see. But this recent candle over here looks better because now we didn't have a lower low. I know it's just Tuesday, so it's looking pretty good. But it had a nice bounce near the lows of 80.51, which is short-term ST support line. So we're really in a zone between 7,700 and 99.30. I know it seems like a big zone, 2,000, but it's really not on a weekly scale. It's actually relatively small because if you look at this bar, this bar, this bar, if you look at all of these things, you can see that the 2,000 range is pretty small. And of interesting note, if you look at this one big bar here, this weekly bar, right? I can draw the line from here. Draw the line. So this range, if I zoom in here, right? You see this range, this one weekly bar in early part of February. If you look at this bar, the high here is 11,175. And the low is 660. Do it back. 6050. So you look at this range here, and this is basically where we've been stuck in the last 4 months going forward. So this one weekly bar, this is an inside bar. So until it really breaks out of this zone, there's really not much going on. We're just going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it seems like big swings, right? But this weekly bar hovers over everything. So because of that, we're not really worried about what's going to happen. Okay, so let's talk about it on a daily basis. So get it? So on a daily basis, things were looking a little bit better until yesterday and today. So it was going up, it was going down. Our short-term wave trend had turned to the upside right over here. It's going higher, higher, higher. And then about a little bit under 8,500, around 8,400, our short-term indicator turned negative again. So it's been going down. But this line here is an important line, 80.51, and then 7,700. So as I said before on the weeklies, we had an up signal. So it's still valid because here, until it breaks this little level here, between 80.50 and 7,700, we're still in a long-term bull. We think that it's going to start going higher and higher and higher, just that we just have to just go through the chop. But as you know, at Altcoin Mentors, we don't really believe in hodling or holding for too long of a time. If things turn negative, we take profits and then we go the other direction. Same thing here on a short-term basis. We were very long. We took some profits. We took a couple of losses as it turned down. But now we're going to be better positioned just in case it goes back up. So let's look at it on a shorter time frame, and you can see what I'm talking about. So on a shorter time frame here, you can see it was going down, down, down. It got hurt, bounced off of around 80.51. It was going higher, and then the 200 EMA here, right, kind of got in its way, started going down. It broke under 8,400. Yesterday, it had bounced off of 8,400 on this candle here, so it looked pretty positive. And then overnight, it started breaking through. Our next goal here is 80.50 and 7,700 to the downside. So if this thing holds here, right, we should be in pretty good shape. Let's talk about Ether. So Ether on a weekly looks much better than Bitcoin because we don't have any lower lows. So this is the first week of a little bit of a danger sign. So we have a little bit of a doji here. So this could be a little bit ominous. But for now, everything still looks pretty good. So if you look at it on a daily, here, we draw the line. So the line here before it was in a range over here. And then now the range has gotten a little bit higher. So the range goes from here, right? Now we break it down to over there. So until it really breaks medium-term support at 663 and it goes a little bit lower to 642, Ether is still in a very good zone. Especially if you look at it on a shorter time frame, right? It's not as choppy as Bitcoin. And you can see that it had higher highs. We're going to see where this low goes. So here, this is almost a double top. Over here, almost a triple top. So if it bounces off here and goes a little bit higher, right, then it can confirm to the upside again. If it breaks down a little bit lower, then it might be in trouble. But 663 looks like it might hold. So look at the Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash on a weekly looks not as bad as Bitcoin because we only have 1 week of lower lows. So here, major support is 1150 and it's holding up very, very well. So on the dailies, you can see it as well. It had gotten hurt a little bit, but had a nice move up. It started going down, started going a little bit higher. Now it's on its way down and 1150. So basically, this is really the first wave down over here. If it can hold on to the 200 EMA, which is here at about 1130. Right now, it's squeezed between the 50 and the 200. But if it breaks 1150, then it can go way down. Look at it on a shorter time frame. And you see that here, it's just been going sideways, right, for a while. So it's been bouncing between 1300, which is the medium-term resistance, and 1150, which is support. So it's been bouncing up and down. So if it breaks here, then it can go lower, as I said. So we'll see what happens. Let's get EOS. EOS is one of the newer things that I've been tracking. So I drew this little line here because 12 is really the key line here. Because if it bounces off of 12 and it goes a little bit higher, then it can continue on its record pace to the upside. But if it breaks here, it can go all the way down to 10.9 and then 7 down below for EOS. The problem with EOS is that there's not that much data because it's a relatively new coin. So you see it. So it goes up, here's a wave up. So we don't really know. So there's no danger point here until it gets down to about 4, to be honest, because on a weekly scale. So because it's so new. So if you do it on a daily, same thing, because it is so young, it's hard to see where the waves are. So here we have basically major resistance at 18.6 all the way down to 4. So it hit it there, hit bottom, went up on top, staged for here, coming back down. And now it's been rangy. It's been stuck on a sideways action for the last week or so. So if it breaks this, then it can go all the way down to about 7, right? So right here, if you look at it, this is the 50 EMA. It's holding it pretty well. So once it hit the 50 EMA on a daily basis, it's been going sideways. On a shorter time frame, you can see it as well. It looks very, very, it's just in a sideways action here, just in a sideways zone. So if you just draw the lines here from here to here, you can see that this is the zone that it's been in. So basically, it's been in the zone between 14 and 12. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Maybe you can take advantage of it. Maybe you can't. Maybe you're holding it. But there's no reason to panic until it breaks 12. And there's no reason to get excited until it breaks above 14. So our last one is Litecoin. So Litecoin looks just like Bitcoin. It looks a little bit weaker. on a weekly scale, we have lower lows. We have a second sell signal here, but until it confirms down below here, right, which is a 129, right, we really don't need to get too worried about this. So same thing that happened with Bitcoin, and we do have support at 123. It does look pretty strong on a daily. It has gotten hurt a bunch, but at 123, if it holds 123.50, that is a very key line, you know, for this. So, and also just to let you know, on a daily basis, the death cross, where the 50 daily EMA crosses to 200, never happened for Litecoin. So it did happen for Bitcoin, and then it moved back up, but for Litecoin, it never happened. So, you know, it not really into bear. It could be a correction, but not into a bear territory yet. So on a shorter time frame, it looks very, very choppy. So that's really what it's been like in the last week, over 10 days. So it's just been a range between 142 and 130, right? So it's a $12 range, which is actually pretty good because you're talking about a 10% range, you know, over a couple of days. So you do have some opportunities to make money on Litecoin if you are a day trader, because you can just play the little mini swings inside of this range over here. So hope you really enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like our videos, please share it with your friends and other crypto traders. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Telegram. If you have any questions, please ask away in the comment section below. We do a very good job of answering all of our comments and questions right away. Thank you again for watching, and see you in our next video.